Okay, people have been quite excited about this one. This one is the one that gets commented on like, oh, it's coming up, it's coming up. So I'm quite excited. I don't know what's coming up. Let's go. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sam Scott-Thorne and I'm a vocal coach based in Glasgow. Now, if you'd like to meet and explore your voice a little more, you can find me on sstvocals.com. You can also find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook and Patreon, and I'll put the handles down below and over there. Over there. I was trying to avoid the one that I always do, so I just did 3 notes of it. Lazy. Now, if you'd like to consider becoming a patron, you have access to things like early release of reactions, you can fast track reactions, become a reaction, there's special rules on my Discord server, and you have access to patron exclusive content, including my Vocal Anatomy 101 series. So consider becoming a patron and help shape my channel. Okay, so like I said, this has been a video that people are getting very excited about me watching, saying it's coming up. So I'm gonna watch it now. It's You'll Be Back, Jonathan Groff, who was in Frozen. Reindeers are better than people. Sven, don't you think that's right? That guy. And he was in Mindhunter. He's very good in that. So I have no idea. I doubt he's going to rap, so this could be a totally different direction from what we've been listening to so far. So let's just go and have a listen.
You say the price of my love's not a price that you're willing to pay. You cry in your tea, but you hurl in the sea when you see me go by.
Okay, so he is doing an English accent for this. I mean, he's probably the king of England, I'd imagine, judging by the get-up. So he's doing almost something quite similar to the Farmer Refuted guy, with the twangy kind of sounding voice, trying to make it kind of shrill and kind of snooty sounding. You say, na 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 na. No, nah. It's got that real kind of ping to it, that slippy kind of sound. It's very, very good, very strong, and also a very healthy way to sing if he's doing this night after night or day after day. Twang is a really good way of getting that projection out without having to really thrash at your voice to get there. It's sounding good so far. Let's keep going.
Why so sad? Remember we made an arrangement when you went away. Now you're making me mad. Remember, despite our estrangement, I'm your man. You'll be back, soon you'll see. You'll remember you belong to me. You'll be back, time will tell. You remember that I served you well.
There's a really good dynamic going on here where he's pushing his voice into like a crescendo, and I think he's doing that by anchoring as he goes through the phrase, you'll be back, na na. So he's kind of starting off in a kind of relaxed position and then anchoring as he gets through, and you can intensify the level of effort you're putting into your anchors, which will change the tonal quality of that sound. Your anchors are basically big muscle groups, your pecs, your back muscles, your neck muscles that support the muscles of the larynx so that you get more stability, support and power without having to really thrash away. All of this is very healthy use of his voice, including the twang and the anchor. So it's great. It's giving off this impression of like aggression. So you can tell it's like somebody that's been jilted, but he's like, doesn't matter, I'm the best and you'll be back because you can't resist me. So this is obviously he's feeling a little bit burnt about the Americans going their own way. But that's just the way the cookie crumbled, so deal with it. Let's keep going.
Oceans rise, empires fall. We have seen each other through it all. And when push comes to shove, I will send a fully armed battalion to remind you of my love. Da 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 da
You can really hear that twang coming through, especially in the I, where he does that diphthong. So that's changing from one vowel to the other. I, like that. So you don't hear the twang so much on the da. It's still there, but da is like a darker vowel. The tongue will drop to kind of accommodate that sound. Da. The I is really a lot more twangy because the tongue will get higher. It will change the shape in the vocal tract. It will make the sound a lot more kind of pointed and bright. So you hear that twang a lot more in that E kind of sound than you do in the ah kind of sound. But the twang is there throughout. This is a really funny song as well.
You say our love is draining and you can't go. You'll be the one complaining when I am gone.
Lots of really kind of interesting stuff going on here. You hear that he like moved his top lip to change the shape of that sound. So the lip shape is so important. If you're having trouble hitting something the way you want it to sound, try messing around with the lip shape. Spread your lips into a really bright sound, purse your lips into a darker sound, and you will hear a notable difference in that tone that you're producing. So I've paused this just as he's turned his head and he looks like he is going to lose the plot slightly. So I have no idea what's coming. Let's go.
And now, don't change the subject, 'cause you're my favorite subject, my sweet, submissive subject, my royal subject, forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. You'll be back like before. I will fight the fight and win the war for your love and for your praise, and I'll love you till my dying days.
So there's actually audio of whoever's watching this because I just heard him laughing. This is the only version I could find on YouTube, so forgive me. Some really interesting things happening. So from the part that he lost his temper, there was a lot of texture in that sound. It sounded like false vocal folds coming in and causing constriction as a squeeze sound. Ah! Like that kind of sound. That's not healthy to do long term, but if he's just doing it like for a line, then it should be fine. You can make that texture with other sounds. You can start blasting air through like a relaxed larynx or onto like a fry sound. I'd have to take a listen to it a couple of times to kind of determine exactly what it is that he's doing there, but it's one of those three options to make that textured sound. Interesting use that he went off into fry, so his offset turned slack, ah, like that. Usually you'll find that the other way around, people will onset with a fry, so you ah into a tone. Doing it the opposite way, you don't hear so much, but it's really, really effective to give that kind of slippy, kind of mysterious kind of sound, I suppose. I don't really know. It's a good character choice, is what I'm trying to say. Especially when he mixed that into a really twangy sound afterwards. It was really pointed and thick and kind of laser sounding. So he is really using every kind of corner of his voice to characterize this king. What a character, and what vocal choices are amazing.
When you're bored, I'll get mad, so don't throw away this thing we had. 'Cause when push comes to shove, I will kill your friends and family to remind you of my love. Da 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 da.
Oh, amazing. That ending scoop there, into a tilted thyroid position, which gives you that lovely sweet sound and loads of vibrato. Jonathan Groff Groff even is an awesome singer. I've not really heard that much of his vocal stuff, but judging by that, fantastic. And he does something that I find kind of even more impressive, is that he is such a good singer, but he is so good at characterization. He has made that king like pretty iconic within about 3 minutes. Like, that's the character I am going to remember. But he's not substituting his vocal talent for the characterization. He is given both in absolute spades, and it's paid off, clearly. If you can get an audience on board while standing completely still and just having manic eyes and a bit of spit running down your chin, then you've done it. You've done your job, and well. So I hope you liked that reaction. If you did, please give it a like and a thumbs up down below. And if you want to see more from me, hit subscribe, ring the bell, and anytime I have new content, you will be the first to know. So we're still going. I don't even know what's next, but we'll find out once I get round to it. So all that's left for me to say just now is thank you so much for watching, and how are we going to buy this one? So I guess all that's left for me to say is thank you so much for joining me, and ba-da-da-dee-I, ba-da-I. I don't even know if that's the right notes, but I just made a dog bark outside, so I better stop. Bye.